523. Welcome to week 5. This is our last week before Thanksgiving break. So, just a reminder that week 6 starts after Thanksgiving. So, week 5 is from 11:14 to 11:20. Just to let you know, too, all grades are updated. I graded your um, discussion post this morning. So, your grade in gradebook is, or in the grade center, is completely updated. But let's jump into week 5, the start of the second half of the class. Constantly talking isn't necessarily communicating, and that's from the movie Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind. It's with Jim Carrey and I believe Kate Winslet. It's kind of a weird movie, but interesting nonetheless. I love this because it fits perfectly in with our design thinking or designing for human design for human thinking, in that we can talk a lot and not really say anything if we're not talking in a manner that our intended audience can receive. It gets to the idea of the 5 love languages, which, if you've never read that book, it's a great book for personal use as well as professional. And so I think teachers are really, really good at this, at changing their message up depending on who they're talking to. So we do move into the back half of the course this week, and things do pick up a little bit. There's 3 assignments in the last 4 weeks of class, which do span 5 weeks because of our break. This week specifically, we take a look at some of the lessons learned over the pandemic and how it's changed or shifted some of the design thinking about not just online learning, but learning in general. And then in the discussion tool, we specifically, or discussion question, we specifically look at the HyperDocs tool and how that can be utilized in both assignment 2 and 3. So let's jump in to the content. Really, the content for the week is this read. I did add the content that's within assignment 3 because that is information that you have to digest. So the first article are 5 things we learned about virtual school in 2020. It's not that long of a article. What I would say is, don't just think about it virtual learning, but learning in general. Some of this information is going to span, relationships are everything when it comes to keeping kids engaged remotely. Well, that remotely doesn't need to be there. It's just engaged in general. Digital teaching can be good, even great, with the right support for teachers, but that's far from the norm. I would just say teaching can be great with the right support. So I would say just think about it in that kind of mindset. And then from there, once again, don't forget to post on the Padlet. That's students that span both courses. After that, there we go into information from assignment 3. I'm going to scroll down real quick. And just know that the video for assignment 3, or all the content from assignment 3, which I will still talk to in this video, starts at the 4.5-minute mark of the week 4 video. That's where I really go a deep dive on that. But popping over there, week 3 is your idea generation. There's an article and a couple videos on Jamboard, and then obviously your template. And don't forget that really the rubric is driving this. What you're doing is you're generating ideas. And so if you open that template, any directions that are on it, like I've said before, make sure you delete those instructions before you start editing. So you're going to have a summary from your empathy map. You're going to a summary of your point of view table using sticky notes. So most of these you're using sticky notes, which really is right there. So I just put that sticky note on. You can move it around. You can update it. Then your brainstorming area, your user needs, and then your reflection. And so a written and diagrammatic reflection of your brainstorm. So that just means you're going to need to write about it, but you're also going to need to show it visually using features that are within Jamboard. So really this assignment has 2 purposes. 1 is brainstorming ideas, but 2 is also learning another tool if you don't know Jamboard, have never used it before. And so once again, here's the rubric. This is worth 40 points, and it rolls into assignment 4. I mentioned this too before, but don't forget the hypothetical scenario. This is all being framed by your students, but in this hypothetical scenario. The videos are about 20 minutes each on Jamboard. If you need a primer on Jamboard, both videos do a really good job of going through that. So that is your assignment for the week, and your, let me make sure I'm on the right week, and your content for the week. The discussion board post, so the video is 42 minutes long. A couple tips there. One, you can always do playback speed. I find that I can watch a video at 1.5. Any faster than that, I miss stuff. But at about 1.5, you can definitely get all the content and watch it faster than normal and be okay. So Matt Miller is a pretty big guy on the West Coast. Ditched that textbook guy. Lisa Highfill is part of the HyperDocs girls, I think is what they call themselves. It's a good video. It is long, but it is a really good video. Just if you don't know what HyperDocs are, or you kind of know what they are, but you've never really used them, it's a good video. And so what you're going to do is watch that. And there's links obviously for more information, but keeping in mind assessment or assignment 3, reflect on possible ways you can use and leverage the HyperDoc process to empower your solution idea in response to the scenario introduced in assignment 2. So that's what your discussion post is about, is, hey, there's this tool. How can you leverage it to support your idea generation? If you have questions, reach out to me as always. So assignments for the week is that discussion question, and assignment 3, which came out last week, it is due at the end of week 5. So looking ahead, I went ahead and did an image capture of the assignment doc just to kind of go through. Assignment 3 is due at the end of this week. Then we have a break. Week 6 starts at 12/4. You have assignment 4 and assignment 5. So that's kind of what's coming up in the next few weeks, just so I know between Thanksgiving and Christmas can get busy. And then for your discussion questions, week 5, 6, and 7 each have one question. Week 8 does not have a question. That is week 5. As always, if you need anything, you can shoot me a text, an email, you can call, you can hit me up on Voxer, you can even direct message on Twitter if that's your thing, if you haven't left it yet. But have a good week. And, I hope everyone moving into the Thanksgiving break has some time planned to just decompress and spend time with friends and family.